everybody, this is Velvet Arson, and this video I'm going to be talking about my experience working from home as I was working Target customer service. So, but it was a work from home remote type of job, and honestly, it was something else. And I've only worked Target customer service for probably, I'll say like a few, I would say like 2 months at least, 2.5 months. It was a while, but it wasn't for long, honestly. And on top of that, it was a temp. So you already know, like when it comes to temps, temp agencies. And speaking of, with everything that's going on with Target right now, with the DEI and the boycotting Target, since that's going on right now, I just want to make a video about my experience working Target customer service, remote. I was working it remotely. I had my computer and everything, my headset, and yeah. So before I even started there, I was working my EVS job. So basically, I was an EVS worker, and I also have a video talking about my experience being an EVS worker, and that's a whole nother video. But I have a video like explaining my experiences and what went down and what really goes on. But yeah, I was working EVS. And I didn't like my job because, of course, as an EVS worker, you're cleaning up the hospital. And honestly, I've done a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's like the pay is not, like, at least my pay wasn't too bad, but everybody's pay wasn't really as up to mine. Because, since working for a temp, you're working through a temp. Now, of course, I was working through a temp being EVS as well, so my pay was a little more increased than their pay. So yes, like I was over the EVS thing. I done it for so long. I went through a lot of BS and I hated it so much, and I was ready. I didn't care what job it was. I was ready to leave. I remember I put my 2 weeks in, and I left a little early with, like, during my 2 weeks in. I didn't do the complete 2 weeks because I did stop going a little earlier because I just couldn't take it anymore. So, like, the reason why I got the Target job is because I got it through someone else. Because the person I was cool with at the time, they were going to work there, and they're like, they're hiring right now, so since you want to look for another job, there's this job is hiring. So I'm like, oh, okay, an excuse to leave this current job, like I was ready to go. So, I did the usual, put my 2 weeks in, just stopped showing up after a while, ready to go to a new job. I went to the place, I went to the temp agency place for the customer service job. And I went to the building, they talked to me for a little bit, and off the back, they were giving me like my computer and headset. So I was like, what's going on? Because you guys are hiring me a little too fast. But I didn't care because at the time I was like, hey, I'm ready to leave this hospital job. It's irritating. I gotta go. And also I was working another job during the process as well. So working for customer service, when it was like it was my first week for training. I think I trained for like 2 weeks, and it was so much. Like it was a lot of jargons. Like when you say if you're on the phone with a customer and they want to return an item or mail back an item, you have to like figure out like the jargon, or like it's a lot to it. Like you have to learn how to help them send stuff back and refunds and stuff like that and ordering things. And let me tell you though, they like the customers that I've talked to, like especially my first time on the phones, like actually talking to customers, it was insane. Like I had like pretty cool customers that I would talk to and make them laugh, and I'm doing the work. I had some pretty cool calls. And then there's some other times I had some wild calls. Like I remember it was like my first week on the phones, like my first week dealing, actually like talking to customers and everything. And I remember like I forgot what this customer wanted, but it took a while for me trying to like help him out, and then like I'm looking at my notes how to figure out what he needed to be done. So I was just like my mind was just spinning everywhere because it's like I'm trying to help him out, but I'm trying to help myself out. So, and the thing that threw me off was, while I was trying to help this guy, he was like, what did he say? He was like, oh, is it really that hard? I hung up on him so fast because that set me off. Like, I would rather hang up than me say something. So he was like, oh, is it really that hard? Boop. Now I made it even harder. So yeah, I don't get paid enough to deal with this. Like, I don't, like, the only thing I liked about the job was that it was at home, and, on top of that, like, you have to learn how to work your computer and know how to, like, do your job. And honestly, after working, and on top of that, though, I had to clock in at 5 a.m. Like, who wants to clock in at, like, I just cannot do it. I'm, like, I don't know, like, 5 a.m.? I mean, I have to get up for work early plenty of times, but have to clock in at 5 a.m. on my computer. It was I was too tired. Like, I just could not do it. I was just really tired, but it kind of cut down my driving time. So that's, it was a little beneficial, and yeah, so when that job started irritating, me, I ended up looking for another job. So, because I know for sure I wasn't going to stay there that long. And it was a temp agency. Because I remember I forgot which month I started, but they told us that it was going to end I think like February, March or something. And so at least before then, I wanted to find a new job. Like, I want something different, because I was already burnt out from that one. Let's just be honest. Because 5 a.m. every day is not going to cut it. Like, it's not going to do me justice. And and also, while, working customer service, I had a ball giving out gift cards. Like, literally every other customer, or like if I'm helping a customer and I mess up on my end, I would always give them a gift card. Because like that is, like, if I'm helping a customer and it's taking me a while on my end, you know what I mean? So at least I would front them I would always front them like a $20 gift card, $25, $15 gift card, And 9 times out of 10, I was just giving them all, especially, like, I kind of messed up this lady's, like, order a little bit because I kind of, like, chose, like, the wrong item to take off her order or something like that. But either way, I messed up. So I gave her, like, a $25 Target gift card. And, at least for the inconvenience. and I was giving them out every other customer. Or if I mess up, or they could be like, oh, I'm buying stuff for my parents anniversary. They've been together for 50 years and I want to buy them a present, da 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 da. So hey, like, I just use that opportunity to be like, oh, I'm like, oh, that sounds amazing. I'm going to give you a $50 gift card, a Target gift card, and this and that, and the third, and they're like, oh my God, thank you. So it was kind of fun, like, kind of making people's day with the gift card, because I was just fronting I was fronting every other person, gift cards. So. But honestly, though, that job was it was just burning me out. Like, I couldn't take it after a while. So that's when I started looking for another job. And luckily, I found a different job real quick, because the thing is that since that was like a temp agency type of job, that job was gonna come to an end. It's not, and tell me why, like, that job, they basically shut everything down early. So like people were like, imagine like people randomly like can't clock in and can't can't make their money because everybody got an email like, hey, this assignment discontinued, or like this assignment discontinued early, and this is the days you need to bring in your laptops and your work from home kit, that's what I call it, the laptop, the headset, everything. So and it ended early, like it ended before the deadline. So luckily I already had a different job before then. So yeah, like, cause like I had some wild experiences with working, and no telling how many times I dealt with like irritable customers, and I'm like, this is my first week on the phone. It's like, chill, and you could tell, like, just even talking to them, how impatient some of them, some customers are. So like 9 times out of 10 you'll get yelled at. Some people were dealing with like racial slurs, and I'm like, how would they know if you black over the phone? Like, this is your dad. And mostly, because they'll be like, oh, it's my name and this and that. Like, I mean, I never got like a racial slur, but I've gotten like customers like angry with me. Like, oh, I felt like, I mean, this one lady, because I was on the phone with her for a while, and I messed up on my end. So, of course, I was like, hey, like, I'm going to give you, I gave her a gift card just to, just for the inconvenience. So, yeah, it was just, that job, it was just, I just felt burnt out after a while. So yeah, and I'm about to head out. And don't forget, my name is Velvet Arson. This is my what it was like working customer service for Target video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.